Today we are talking The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Finally, we're getting a new original 2D Zelda game. It's been like a decade since we got A Link Between Worlds on the 3DS, so pretty exciting that we're finally getting a new game on the Switch. This week, Nintendo dropped a surprise trailer that was a little over 5 minutes long that added a lot of context of what you'll be able to do in the game and what to expect since it comes out pretty soon. So today we're going to break down this trailer. Maybe I'll point out some things here and there that you might not have caught. So let's dive in.
Welcome to Hyrule from the
So right off the bat, at the beginning, it's talking about the world that's set in, pretty obviously, Hyrule. But what's cool is that you see right off the bat that this is based off of A Link to the Past world. It's not an exact copy of A Link to the Past world. It's a very expanded version of that world. So it's pretty exciting. You can kind of tell that right off the bat too.
where Hyrule Castle stands enfolded by its castle town.
Also, finally we get a castle town. When was the last time we had castle town? I didn't even play Twilight Princess. I think it was in that one, but I think that's the last one that it was in. So it's almost been like 20 years. Kind of crazy. Something that's kind of nice to point out. Finally, we can just go to Gerudo Town. We don't have to walk through any hoops since we're playing as Zelda rather than Link, so it's kind of exciting.
Jabul Waters is home to some of Hyrule's most scenic waterways. It's also where you can find the Sea Zora and the River Zora.
This is an interesting thing that I did not catch the first time around, that there was two type of Zora. It even says right here, welcome to the River Zora village. I'm not sure if it said that there was a Sea Zora village
You can find the Sea Zora,
but I feel like you don't really see that much. So it's kind of a cool layer of depth, just how many different races or species are going to be in this game.
who each reside in their respective villages,
There you go. Each in their own village.
though they don't always get along. What could they be fighting about? As you wander the jungle, you might come across a Deku scrub.
It's been like so long since we've had Deku Scrubs in a Zelda game. It was the last time Majora's Mask. Pretty sweet that they brought that back. I mean, I don't think anybody would have had that on their bingo card as something that Nintendo was going to bring back anytime soon.
During your travels, you're likely to encounter people dealing with problems great and small. Keep track of quests by browsing your adventure log whenever you'd like.
This is something that I am so happy about. I'm so glad that they took, or at least implemented, Breath of the Wild's quest system into this game to some degree. It's kind of cool to see the familiar like UI from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom too. So I feel like generally with these like 2D games, a lot of times you won't have a quest log. It's just like you got to remember, which I mean, I feel like we're in like the era of nobody remembering anything because we just all watch like 10-second short videos all the time. So kind of a cool addition.
Helping people with their troubles is a big part of your journey, and wise heroes are often rewarded for their good deeds.
Also, it like brings up the question of how long is this game? My initial thought for a game like this is probably 20 hours, but I'm kind of wondering if it's going to be longer than that. It kind of seems like it will be. I don't know if it should be, but I think it might be like a 30-40 hour game, which would be pretty cool. I'd be okay with that.
Objects known as waypoints are scattered throughout the land. Once you've discovered one, you can return to it quickly by selecting it on your map.
Something that I like they did with waypoints is that they didn't like, I think it would have been too much to have made those shrines like in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So I kind of like that it's just you walk up to the waypoint and then you can fast travel from there. It's like you don't want it to be too similar to the 3D games. I think that they're striking a pretty good balance, in my opinion.
Even with the benefit of fast travel, getting around Hyrule can prove challenging. At times like these, why walk when you can ride? Gallop right over weaker enemies to send them flying, and hop over small obstacles.
It's a pretty cool mechanic that they just showed. I know one thing that a lot of people have been worried about with this game is the combat. It's like, is it going to be annoying to fight enemies and stuff in this game? So it's kind of cool that it's like, at least when you're in the overworld, you could just run over them with your horse. I think that that's pretty nice.
Once you learn to make a carrot echo, you'll be able to call upon your trusty steed from anywhere in the overworld.
Two things there. I like that there's a mechanic to call your horse to you from anywhere, and then it's not just a whistle that you can do at any point. I think it's kind of cool that you have to like get the blueprint or learn the echo to do that. Second thing to point out, I completely missed this the first time. White horse. So I know some people were like, oh, is that Epona? Kind of looks like you will have the ability to either customize your horse or tame different kinds of horses. If I had to guess, probably just customize. That's pretty neat too.
You can also equip outfits and accessories to enhance your abilities. And to look fashionable, obviously.
So I mean, the customization stuff, that seems fine. I don't know if I really care that much. I'm so excited about the potential for how the dungeons are going to play out in this game. Like they've already showed, like we're going to have different accessories that do different things, and then we're also going to have all these echoes. I just feel like they've set themselves up for a game that has really, really good and memorable dungeons, and that's exciting because that's kind of been something that's been missing from the last couple of Zelda games. Is everything else has been good, and then the dungeons are like okay.
But sometimes they may not be enough. A huge boulder like this cannot be learned as an echo, and your other echoes won't move it either. For obstacles like these, Tri has got you covered with the power of Bind. Use it to make even a massive boulder follow Zelda's movement. You can also use Bind on your echoes. So get creative.
So this is what I was kind of talking about a minute ago too. I think Bind seems like a great addition for a game like this. I know some people are like complaining that it's getting too close to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom because it's like almost exactly like Ultra Hand. But I mean, to me, it seems different in quite a few different ways. Obviously, you can like move stuff, but then also to like be able to carry around like the echoes, kind of like how they're doing on screen right now with the spikes. It's another thing that it's like, okay, maybe it's not going to be that annoying to fight enemies in this game.
Take advantage of a creature's ability to fly or to move around quickly. Swapping between Bind and Reverse Bond is a great way to find clever paths forward.
Like another thing right there too, another difference between this and Ultra Hand is the movement mechanics they just showed. So you can fly to some degree and you can move quicker, and then you can also climb up walls. Like in they're just showing this in the overworld, so like it's gonna be good in the dungeons. I'm excited.
Mysterious rifts are overtaking Hyrule. What else will Zelda have to contend with in her grand adventure to save her kingdom? There's only one way to find out.
That doesn't scream Dark World. I do not know what does. I feel like that is a slam dunk reference to there being some sort of Dark World in this game. But what's interesting is that when I initially thought there was going to be a Dark World, I thought maybe you'd play as Link in the Dark World. It's kind of really starting to seem like you don't really play as Link in this game, except for in that very beginning sequence. There was a ESRB listing, so like when the game got rated, it did say you play as Link, or that Link was playable, but didn't really elaborate on it. With this second trailer, it's starting to look like it's probably not going to happen. And I think that's probably for the best.
The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Available September 26th, only on the Nintendo Switch system. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a huge 2D Zelda guy, but this game, day one for me. I'm excited for this one. Also, like, I love how Nintendo does this sometimes, of how they announce something and then release it pretty quickly after. So it's not like I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs for 15 years waiting for this 2D Zelda game. So it'll definitely be an interesting experience. Probably one of the most unique Zelda games. Could go either way on if it's good or bad, but I'm excited for it. I'm definitely going to give it a go. I think I'm going to enjoy it. The creativity mechanics alone just seem like it's going to be a good time. All right, so we'll wrap it up there. Before you go, I'll just point out another video I made recently that could be of interest. It's a guide on how to speedrun Super Mario 64 in about 20 to 25 minutes. So if you're interested in that, link will be in the description. Also, a like and a subscribe would be greatly appreciated if you enjoyed this video. So yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.